Hello, everyone from my side, and thank you for giving me a bit of space into this webinar as well. I'm also thankful for the previous guest because, like, you really, how to say, empowered us with your stories and like kind of freed myself to share what I wanted to share, like even to include personal things. And like Yeva said, you really put like with the last sentence a soil for what I wanted to share here. And you said that we really need to work with young people and share a lot and also to educate the society because this is the like probably the only way to be loud. But as Ilona presented me, and thank you for the nice presentation. My name is Elena. I come from North Macedonia. I'm a youth worker, and as well, I had this pleasure to take part in this project in multiple ways and workshop, as well as to be able to, through my other work, to try and test some of the outputs that we created, specifically the toolkit. Before starting to work on this project, me myself, I have never really thought about the body, my body, that much, like how comfortable I feel, how it makes me vulnerable, how it impacts me in my daily functioning, especially when I was younger. And many things came out, like it was like a blank paper when I started thinking, and slowly I could fill it with many things, issues, taboo topics that I didn't really discuss or but it was bothering me or I was avoiding them. And I'm personally, like, not as a youth worker but as a person, thankful to this topic and this project because it really shaped me, and like I felt like I did an update to myself through this project. As a youth worker, from my own experience, I have not really come until now that much to the opportunity to work on this topic. Never really discussed, never really worked on how the body, body topic is. Let's say, understood or discussed with young people. And I was super excited when I joined because not only that it was new, not only that it was good soil to explore, but I was simultaneously working on myself too. As Ilona mentioned, I had the opportunity to take part and to be one of the trainers of the first workshop for young people that was held in Skopje, here in North Macedonia, where during these 3 days we had a chance to really like explore different tools and tests, methods, test them like in practice with the young people. And we had direct contact with many young people, all between, let's say, 16 to 19, I believe. And we had the chance to hear the feedback on each and every activity, like what they liked, how they felt. This helped really us to improve all the methods and all the workshops in the toolkit, but also we had a chance to observe their participation. And I want to say that one highlight we got from this workshop was that not that they're not engaged or they don't want to engage or familiar, but they're not that they're not familiar, but that they're not really engaged into this conversation on this topic, because probably none, as they mentioned, not many of them had much talked about the body image, read these things on social media, or they were not feeling comfortable with using the term because in the same time they were like not really understanding them well. But in the same time, they were very open to talk about the body and their feelings, and they were interested in the topic, highlighting how important it was. And here I can just go back to what Ilona mentioned in the beginning, that like for us as youth workers, it was really important to create some safe space where people can open up and start sharing and start talking. During these workshops, they were curious, they were eager to share their thoughts. They expressed even a desire to have these similar workshops in school as part of to share it with other people. And it was very clear that once given the space, they were really ready to dive into discussion about influence, stereotypes, their self-acceptance, topics that we mentioned that they are taboo, and highlight just how this conversation could really help maybe a year or 2 years earlier if they were discussed. There were a few feedbacks, let's say specific feedbacks, words from them that we took from our workshop. with young people that they gave to us in the end. And I remember clearly a few of them where they said that, like, this is a topic that I speak on for the first time. And to me, this was like, wow, imagine we did something for the first time for young people and they needed this. Like this should continue. Or another feedback was that this really helps me at this moment while I have struggles with my mental health, because I'm really I face often like challenges and different stereotypes because I don't really like my body that can hurt me a lot, but I was not aware until now that I'm not alone. And or another feedback was that from now on, after these workshops, like I would never think about my body and other people's bodies in the same time. And this kind of like, gave us a highlight that people want to talk about these topics. People can be loud, can open up, but they just, like need some initiation, need maybe to give a safe space. And we were thrilled that, as Ilona mentioned, many of these young people who were part of this workshop actually wanted to speak loud, to go viral, to go on social media, and to be part of these interviews that we were recording later, so they can share their thoughts, their experience, personal experience with other young people and the community. I also had a chance to take part into the two other workshops that we did with the other target group, youth workers, professors, peer educators, and people who actually work with young people in their daily base that took part this main Skopje as well. And it was very nice to see that people were coming all around the country like for these workshops, and it was not only central based. During these workshops, we introduced the developed activities from the toolkit and also the media, the videos and media workshops. And we tried, we tested, we wanted to hear the opinion, the feedbacks. Of course, we initiated discussion and so on. And also for this, my observation is that even for these workshops, a key observation is that how valuable these toolkit as a tool it was for the educators from different backgrounds, teachers, psychologists, youth workers, to come together and to share perspectives. Many of them hadn't discussed body image topics, I believe, in their teaching or work before. So just like for me in the beginning, it was encouraging to see them actively exploring ways like, what it would fit into their setting, into their environment to work with young people, which methods would be good for them, what not. And they discussed like, I don't know, different approaches, brainstormed immediately ideas. And it was very nice to see that like on spot, they already had so many ideas of what they would like to do in their schools, in their communities, begin planning joint projects, presentation, and so on. And this again showed us and confirmed that there is a strong interest, but in the same time, this project did an amazing job because it provided the needed resources that these educators would help them address this body topic and mental health topic with young people in a positive and in an impactful way. And I can say it was very nice that in the end, practical after these workshops, practical small workshops on local level happened by them, different types, some of them more informative, some of them more practical, some of them still ongoing because it's happening in the school and so on. But this entire journey was experiential for me personally, and I can say that I learned a lot and I enjoyed into these workshops. Also, in the past few months, I had a chance by accident, by luck, I would say, to work on two more Erasmus Plus projects on similar topics. And one of them was youth exchange. The other one was a training course. And the topic again was focused around body and body image. And this was a great unplanned opportunity that came to me so we can test as many of the methods that we put into the toolkit and also the audio workshops with different modification, of course, in these activities. And what got my attention actually is that as for during the youth exchange, young people really, like it was, I would say like I had some doubts if the workshops that we would do like would be accepted, people would be comfortable, like, sharing. Like I people really opened up. Like there were like, a personal story after personal story, motivating each other, sharing, I would say, the most vulnerable parts of them, of like talking about the different perspectives of the point, and all of them coming with different ideas of what kind of change they would like to do or what can they do. And it turned out, I would even say that the youth exchange from just a very general touching the topic of body turned completely into a talking about body and raising awareness project. And I was really happy, and I was allowing this flow, like to go with the people, because this was the need, and workshops were taken. And most of the workshops that young people really enjoyed was self-focused, like, exploring our stereotypes, what we like explore our body scan, and so on. On the other side, to the training course, again, like it really creates a lot of networking, and really gave an opportunity to people there to just discuss different perspectives from different countries about all these topics, and even like to modify on spot some of the tools that some of the workshops that are offered in the toolkit. And it really made me happy, because like, what it means to create something that people already start using it and feel it, that it's very valuable.